What if you could fuse the entire Final Fantasy X party into one character and take them through the game with no leveling, aka no Spira grid? In this challenge run, I'm creating what I call the Ultimate Guardian, a single fighter built from the best base stats of Tidus, Auron, Wakka, Lulu, Yuna, Kimahri, and Riku. Highest strength stat? Take it. Best magic stat? Take it. Fastest agility? Of course. All the skills and the base moves, the Ultimate Guardian gets them. Power Break, Dark Attack, Cure, Fire, Steel, Lancet, everything they begin the game with combined into one. And because of this monster of a character technically inherits Riku's kit too, I can steal utility way earlier than intended. Smoke bombs from Besaid, normally impossible. Here it's just business as usual. Suddenly we are punching flying enemies, shredding armored fiends, smoking out elementals, nuking flanks with magic, debuffing big hitters, and keeping ourselves healed, all while being fastest party member. For equipment, I'm allowed to use anything the party could naturally find, buy, steal, or farm. No customization, just the gear that actually drops or shows up in the story. That means Owaka shop upgrades, early slow touch in Luca for example, and whatever random RNG gifts the game feels like giving me. If it exists in a normal playthrough, the Ultimate Guardian can use it. Since this needs a little editing to get Yuji in early, some early fights don't let the party be modified, like the Sin battle on boat, so those won't be part of the challenge right away. But don't worry, any major boss that's actually interesting, I'll showcase the battle with cloned Wakka with the same gear and stats. Of course, if the game forces me to use him. But enough! And let's begin the run inside the ruins of a Baaj Temple. And our very first test for our Ultimate Guardian is the click.
Let's do it!
And here we are, the click battle. Now I did say that this would be our first test, but honestly, with the Ultimate Guardian, this thing is more of a warm-up. Just to make it fair, Tidus politely removes himself from the fight. Let's take a closer look at our kit. We got Dark Attack, Power Break, Steel, Use, Lancet, and both White Magic and Black Magic right from the start. Every opening ability from the full party sitting on one character. After forced Grenade Throw, I open with Power Break, and that instantly shuts down most of Click's damage. Click swings back and whiffs completely. That's Lulu's evasion, already putting in work. Next I go in for steals to get some grenades for me. Click tries again and misses again. At this point, it's pretty clear we've created something that the early game is not ready for. And even when we do not evade, a 51 is nothing. That's Auron's defense doing what it does best. And that critical hit right there, that's what can happen when Wakka lends his luck stat and Auron powering Yuji's hand with his strength stat. A few more strike and Click turns into a Fireflies, and the Ultimate Guardian walks out of this battle. Moving on into the Albert ship. Now in this run, I wanted more pressure, more restrictions, so this isn't just a no Spira grid run. On top of the NSG, I banned customization. No tailoring armor to solve a fight. Overdrives gone as well. No emergency buttons. If I win a fight, it's because the plan worked, not because I filled a bar. Aeons not allowed. No sacrificial summons. And of course, I'm running a single party member only. So that means only Ultimate Guardian on the field. With these rules in place, all of the overpowered strategies disappear. No Spira grid, no customization, no overdrives, no Aeons, UG only. Alright, that covered. Back to the challenge. All I focused here was some grenade steals from the fishes. And like I already mentioned, Wakka bringing his highest luck stat out of the 7. Usually, the party members have 18 or in some cases even 17 luck. But Wakka, with one step ahead, has 19 base luck stat. And also, of course, bringing his trademark accuracy stat for us. These fish encounters are perfect chances to grab some grenades and keep our early stockpile growing. So I continued the story as normal, only now with one character that has no business being this strong this early. Easily overkilling these fishes, I was making my way to the next boss battle. And Tross swims into our way, but honestly, I'm feeling way too confident at this point. First thing I do, I check its pockets. And yep, Steel gives us a few more grenades. Don't mind if I do. And Tross attacks don't even crack triple digits. There's basically no universe where we die here. Eventually, Tross hides behind the pole as usual, but that gives us time to lean into one of the most underrated tools we brought with us. Lancet. Kimari might not contribute in any stats to the Ultimate Guardian, but his signature ability is going to be huge this entire run. Lancet is faster than normal attacks in the CTP, and it deals a clean 100-ish damage each pull. And it refunds both HP and MP. That means we can cast Lulu's Black Magic as much as we want without worrying about the resources at all. A couple more hits and Tross sinks right back into the sea. Another boss down, and the Ultimate Guardian hasn't even broken a sweat. After washing up on Besaid Beach, we make our way towards the village and start doing what any self-respecting Final Fantasy X player does. Looting every single chest we can remember exists. Potions, early gil, anything to give our Ultimate Guardian even more momentum. And since the Ultimate Guardian can't equip anything the original 7 would normally get, I absolutely can't overlook what comes next. Inside the Cloister of Trials, I did grab the Destruction Spear chest. This chest contains extremely helpful early weapon, the Rod of Wisdom. Sound like Micah? This gives us extremely helpful early weapon, making our spell stronger and a sensor for some quality of life. Bucka's definitely not thrilled that we snuck into the trials. Name the Aeon, do not use. The morning comes around and a tutorial battle.
Magic? Element?
And shoutouts to Titus here for hitting us with the iconic magic element. Like bro, yes, water's bad, thunder is good for this fiend. We've been over this. Before we march onward through Besaid, I wanted to stop and showcase the Ultimate Guardian stats in-game. Because honestly, look at this. Where is the battle that's supposed to stop this? Strength 20, defense 15, magic 20, magic defense 30, agility 16, luck 19, evasion 40, accuracy 25. Up ahead, we run into the classic Besaid trio. The wolf, the flan, and the bird. First thing I do is check the dingo's pockets and grab a potion. Then slip past a couple of swings thanks to our high evasion. But here's what stealing from a water flan gets us. A fish scale. And this is exactly where this challenge run gets its own flavor. Normally, you can't get this kind of early utility until mid-game, after Riku officially joins the party. Sure, it is technically possible to backtrack all the way to the Besaid before the Crawler boss battle, which is the longest backtrack in the entire game. And of course, you can come back later once you gain control of the airship. But getting these steals right now, at the very start, that's something only the Ultimate Guardian can pull off. After wiping out the trio, I wanted to quickly show the full list of abilities we've got on UG right now. It's honestly ridiculous seeing all of this stacked onto a single character this early. Debuffs, black magic, heals, you name it. From there, I spent some time absolutely bullying Besaid's beans, bare fist, lancing for style points, and stole whenever I felt like it, just casually farming utility that normally isn't available until much later. The main items to steal here, of course, are the smoke bombs from Garuda and the fish scale from the flan. It's also important to collect every piece of early equipment that might come in handy later. And if I do so, we're gonna have so much equipment.
It's all in the wrist.
Before making my way to the boat on deck, I grabbed the Seeker's Ring from the NPC. Easy to forget, but definitely worth picking up. HP plus 10%. Off screen, Garuda also dropped the Eye Poker, a weapon with Dark Touch, and it's actually kind of fascinating that the game allows drops to go directly to the Ultimate Guardian, considering there's technically no legitimate way for her to exist this early. Oh, and fun little detail, did you know that you can actually move Titus during this cutscene as the party is leaving on the boat? The game just lets you. Sin then shows up out of the sea. But like I mentioned, the game won't let me to slot UG into the party for this fight. It's still a complete pushover though, so I'm not going to waste time showcasing it with a cloned Waka. Now it's time to head into Killiga Woods. First up is Ragora. I checked the steal right away. Remedy. Straight into the backpack. Ragora on its own isn't much of a threat. It can hit close to 200 per blow. But as long as it doesn't land a confuse on us, we can talk this one out. Or maybe I should say, we can burn this one out.
All right.
Weak to fire, that means it's a 400 per cast. Ragora also drops a Buster Glove, but I stick with our Magic Club. It's simply a tier above, and it's better for us, considering what we're doing here, which is burning things down. But soon I'm hoping to stack some armors as well. Next up, the Bee and the Lizard. The Lizard gets smacked right away, and the Killer Bee alone is soon nowhere to be seen. It does tag us with poison, but honestly, I don't even care. Next up, the Beetle. The Beetle gets smacked right away, and the Killer Bee alone is soon nowhere to be seen. It does tag us with poison, but honestly, I don't even care. Then we run into what's arguably the strongest fiend setup in Kilika. 2 killer bees with a Ragora backing them up. And of course, I forgot to heal between the fight. But luckily there's a perfect answer sitting right in the front pocket of our backpack. 1 grenade later, both bees are blown straight into the trees. Ragora tries to hold the line, but it doesn't last long. A few clean punches, and it's done. Kilika also offers us a optional challenge.
The fiend before us is Ochu, Lord of the Wood. We've had trouble with this one before. Remember, discretion is the better part of valor.
Have you tried fire? Now it's time for the optional challenge, Lord Ochu. And first of all, look at that HP number. 4649. It genuinely feels like the devs just punched the numpad and said, yeah, that'll do. I came into this fight with 20 years of game knowledge, so I decided to open with Dark Attack and immediately got humbled. You cannot inflict darkness on the Lord of the Wood. Great start. And here's where things get really funny. Power Break. Aaron is who knows where in the story right now, but his abilities are being used in the Kilika Woods. Power Break cuts Oshu's physical damage in half, which makes this fight way more manageable. Poison does eventually land on us, so I have to be ready with Asuna to clean it up immediately. Also, Ochu's water cast hits for a respectable amount. With the 1.5 multiplier on our fire spells, I started casting fire, and at that point the fight turns into straight up flowchart. Fire for damage, Asuna for poison, cure when HP gets low. Effective, but definitely not that exciting. At one point Ochu falls asleep, so I break out the alarm clock, wake it up, and immediately get hit with the earthquake, which is going to half our HP. Love that. This fight does take a little while, especially if you get hit with multiple poisons, because that does interfere with our damage output. A dozen turns later, one final fire spell seals the deal, and Lord Ochu finally goes down. The drops could have been better. We get a Devastator, strength plus 5%. But Lord Ochu can drop a poison touch weapon. The very first chance to get that in the game. But it's not worth the reset, because we can buy a poison touch weapon from Owaka in Luka. More importantly, beating Ochu let us claim the real prize. Talk to the Crusaders on the left, and you get the Noblaze shield with SOS Noblaze, a reward I absolutely cannot afford to miss. After that, it was time for the real challenge in Kilika, Genox and the Tentacles. Priority number 1 here is simple. The Tentacles have to go first. Water heals them, Thunder and Blizzard get cut in half, so the answer is fire. And once again, the Shades of Lulu kick in. Double weight right out the gate, and one more fire, and the right side tentacle goes down. Genox still hides behind its shell. Another attack comes in, evade again. Then Genox hits us with a sign. And yeah, pitiful damage. Fire, another fire, and the second tentacle follows. Genox queues up another sign, so I take a moment to test Steel, a single potion. Not amazing, but hey, it could have been nothing. After that, I mix in Firecast and start weaving in Lancets from Kimari's toolkit. It takes a couple hits to irritate Genox to come out of its shell. And there you go. Let's see if you got anything to scare us. But firstly, let me just do something. I hit it with the Power Break just because I can. I'm not sure if it affects all of its attacks, but hey, the momentum never swings back in its favor. Venom sounds scary as a move, but when it pops up as a 51 damage, it kinda loses its intimidation factor. Even water barely scratches us, 62 damage. A couple of punches later, its normal attacks aren't any better. I do get poisoned once, patch it up, and then proceed to pack a punch Genox straight into Fireflies. For drops, we get another Eye Poker, this time without an empty slot. Not that it matters, since customization is banned anyway. Just like Besaid, Kilika's Cloister of Trials hides an absolute monster of an item, the Red Armlet. Straight up S-tier magic resistance, especially this early in the story.
Summoner may pass, Guardians may pass, Kimari without Red Armlet, Kimari not pass.
Sound like Biran? Magic resistance this early? Yeah, I'm not leaving that behind. All wards except Blizzard in 1 armor.
Kimari same Ranso brothers. Kimari forget his birth.
Yeah, no, we're taking the armlet. Trials completed, I grab 1 Kilika Spear as a souvenir. And then I name Ifrit. Don't. Because you already know.